Thank you. Yeah, before starting this today's agenda, so let's try to recollect it, what we had it yesterday, and then we go ahead looking this today some more the real-time use cases on the if-else block. But what we had it yesterday, if we just quickly recollect that. Okay, the first we are understanding this, what are the different logical operators are available? Yeah, before already we had that arithmetic operators, bitwise operators, string operators, and some kind of yes list whenever we are working with that, the list operators, the tuple, dictionary. Yeah, so those activities we are understanding now, like if you like to define the control flow, so we need to know that the logical operators and Boolean operators. But what are the different logical operators are available? Yes, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. And one more important observation here, double equals. So normally we are using the so far equals. Equals is for assignment, but double equals for the comparison. Yeah, double equals is one important thing, and not equals. And we were using the some keywords also, that is or and not. So these are all like I mean, as we know that like or logical and and a not keyword. Not is inversion. Logical or as we were discussing that. Yeah, true, true, true. Only in the false case it will be false, and remaining all the cases true. But logical and is different. Only two statements are the true, then it will be true. Remaining all the cases it will be false. Yeah, so there are some examples which we are understanding that on the logical operators. Then, yeah, the Boolean operators also true or false. Yes, you can directly use that the Boolean operators also. But what is the key? What are the keywords we have to see? True, false. So T must be caps in the true, and F must be caps in the false. Yeah, this is the there are like predefined keywords which we are trying to understand from the Python as operators point of view. Then we started understanding that if blocks, how do we define it? Yes, if, condition, and then colon. And as we are understanding that indentation is going to play very, very important role. Yes, we need to use it at least that one space. But yes, recommended is tab point of view, 4 spaces, that is recommended. And if you are using the IDEs, automatically these will be formatted. Yeah, so like here, indentation point of view, you need to make sure that if this condition is true, then what are the statements that should you want to execute it? All the statements you can define it with the indentation. Yeah, so we are understanding some examples on this. And if this is true, then it will be executed, this block, or else, yes, else block, which, I mean, in case this is the false, then these statements won't be executed by the interpreter, and it comes to that else block. And in the else block, what are the statements which you have defined? Those else block statements will be executed. Yeah, this is the control flow which we are understanding that the yesterday. On this, like how do we use that? The flow of execution of the statements. But as we are understanding that, indentation is going to play very, very important role. Are you clear about these points? And let me know if you have any queries, questions. So today we go for this understanding nested if else statements and some examples on it. Yeah, type that if you are good. And have you practiced all these points? How many of you have practiced this? Okay, good. I have practiced. Good. Okay, good. Fine. Now let's see this today, some magics of this the if else statements. So how that's going to helpful that with some kind of the scenarios we'll take it and we'll try to understand that. But before that, let me talk at that one more nested if else block. So let me create a new Python file for this nested if else block. Okay, yesterday we were using that if or else. If this is a true, then these statements will be executed. In case this is the false, else block which will be executed. But in some context, like which will be having that if this is a true, execute this, else, then do that one more condition. If that condition is a true, then some block of the statements. In case that is not true, then else block. Like that. If you have this nested if else, so how do we define that in the Python? This is also a generic program. It is not like the specific to the Python. This is also in all the programs. Yeah, sorry. So in all the programs, we see this option. So let's observe that how do we implement that nested condition. Suppose, let me take this one example. The animal, some like cow, I'm defining this. If the condition, what I'm going to write it is, if animal is equal to the cow, then print the statement that is something like, yeah, it eats the grass. Okay. Yeah, it eats the grass. Else, if the animal is not cow, but you have something like other examples about that. Some birds are like, yeah, the monkeys. So we have the different types of, right? Yeah, else block. Now we need to define this for the parts. Like, how do we define that? So instead of using that else block, here we use it elif. Elif. So that is meaning of it. So if that animal is not belong to the cow, it is coming to that else block. But in the else block, again, we are going to define that one more condition. That is else if, but what is the condition is? So here, the animal is equal to something birds. So print about that. So birds eat seeds. Okay, this is, I mean, if this is true, it is going to executing this block of the statement, or else it is coming to here and it is going to executing the statement. Even if we don't have this, like, I mean, if we have this like other option, then again, you can define that else if, and animal is equal to something monkey. Then it eats banana. So like this, what are like different types of that animals which we have that we can define the statement and we can, sorry. Yeah, so we need to use it, the colon option as a block of the statement of the if. Yeah, finally, okay, so now we have to find all that, the animals. If any other animal, if we give that, then we need to use it, some else block for it. So what is this else block? The print of it. So we don't know that we don't know which animal is this. some kind of this message. Yeah, so this is a way we can define that the nested if-else statements. So if this is true, then this statement will be executed. And once this statement has been executed, it will be executed else block also here. Else block also will be executed, or only in all the context, like only one print statement will be executed. How many prints will be executed? Suppose if I run this program, what is the output we will get it? If we run this program, so what is the output we are going to get it that? Yes, I see that like three answers. Yes. Let's try to run this. Now we have defined that animal equal to cow. And yes, this is going to check in that. And if this is the true, then it is comes to here and eats grass. So then, yes. So it is saying about it, it eats the grass. Suppose if I say that animal equal to cow. Now, what is going to executing that? So what is the output that we are expecting here? Just think it of it and give me that answer. Not defined. Else block, else statement, else statement. Okay, okay. So here, as we are talking about that, so here I have defined that the C is the caps, but here we are verifying the COW, that is small letters. If I try to run this, so it is not matched, right? It is not matched and it is saying this answer. We don't know that which animal is this. Yeah, so just let me. We don't know which animal is this. But how do I handle this scenario? But cow we have defined here. So how do we handle this case now? We have defined the cow. And I'm defining this, I'm passing this animal equal to cow, but it is not matched. And it is saying this, we don't know that animal. But we have already defined this, the cow. Then how do we handle this case? Dot lawyer, that is small c. Okay. It is small c. No, user wants to pass it maybe like a small c or cap c. Then how do you handle this? We need to use it multiple condition, right? Or if either animal is matched to the cow, or if the animal is matched to that cow. Yes or no? Now what's going to happen that? First it is going to checking this animal equal to cow. No, it is not matched. Then it is going to coming to here animal equal to cow. Yes, it is matched. Then so now there's like multiple. I mean here this is the as we are understanding the logical operators and or which we need to use it the cases. We're getting the points about it. This is the conditional joining multiple conditions. Are you clear about this? How do we define that? Like if else block statements. Now suppose if I say this one is monkey, then what we are going to get it? Yes, it's a banana. Or we have this like animal context like animal ape Ape also it eats the banana. Then how do you define that? So monkey and animal, ape, both are going to eat the bananas. But how do you define that condition? Suppose if I specify that animal ape, so here we didn't define that, it is going to say that we don't know that which animal is this. Fine. But we would like to implement that for app also. The ape, which we can say. Yeah. So then how do you define this? Again, use that multiple condition, right? Yes or no? Are you getting the points? So on the base of the conditions, is it required like a single condition or joining condition? This is one we can say here. I'm using that sorry is nothing but I'm joining that this condition or this condition. Yes, now it has been handled that even for ape animal also. Ape or monkeys are going to eat the banana. Are you clear about this point? But can I define like this? Monkey and ape. Can we use it like this? Monkey and ape both are the same? No, right? There is no meaning at all. We should not use the and operator because both are not the same. There are the two different animals, types of animals. We should not use it and here. Yeah, so whenever you are using that, these logical statements, the possible conditions we need to identify that. The possible conditions we need to identify that, and we need to define joining conditions or individual, or single statements which we can define that. So here single statement, but here multiple conditions we have joined with or. Here also or that is recommended. Like this, whenever you are implementing that control flow, you need to identify that all the possible conditions and you need to handle that the conditional based statements. Are you clear about that if else block statements? Okay, this is a simple example to get just get that different types of animals. Now let me define this one. The example, suppose user age equal to, and user age we are not going to define here. So he has to enter that. How do we take that inputs from the user? We know input function, right? So we are going to ask him, so what is your age? But actually this input function is going to return that which data type? Input function is going to return that which data type? String, or is it that like integer, or is it a boolean?
Integers.
No. Input function is going to, let me just start this. So if we just define the type, that is going to return the string. So let me execute this statement now. Yes, what is your age? Yes, if I say there's something 25 and enter it, then it is saying that str for string. But age normally we enter this in the integer format, but it is going to take that the string format. How do you convert that string to integer? Now I need to convert this class into that integer instead of the string. So how do we convert that data type string to that integer? Yes, good. Yeah, so here we need to use it, type conversion function. So which type do you want to convert that? Int. So now if I run this program, so what is about your age? Yes, if I enter that 25, yes, now it is converted to that integer. Okay, this is the first point. So whenever before going to write the conditional statements, so you need to get that actual data type. Now let's define that the condition. What is the condition? I'm expecting, suppose if about your user age is something greater than 30, then print, so you are above 30 years old. That is some small message. So here, if I don't convert this one into that integer, so whenever I'm performing that evaluation, it is going to use a string, but a string on that like greater than, can we apply that? So it is going to use it internal ASCII characters. Comparison point of view, we don't get that exact result. So that's why we are converting into that int data type. Then once that's, if it is the int, then we can use it. The logical operators, as we're talking about it, less than, greater than. So all those operations, we can apply that operators. Yeah, suppose if I enter the 25, what's going to happen that? What is that output we are going to have it here? If I enter the 25. Oh, actually, I need to comment this one. This is just to verify it. We don't want that. Okay, in this context, what it is going to, if I enter, that's what's going to happen that. Yes, class integer. Now, if I run this, what is the output we are expecting here now? If I enter that age as 25, quickly interact it. I mean, this is for you. The way I need to like ask you and I need to wait for it. Do we get that any output here? Think it, analyze it. You need to work like as interpreter. Python interpreter, you are the interpreter now. So code, you need to analyze it and you need to give that answer. You should become like that. Okay, if the user is going to enter the 25, so what we are expecting? Nothing. But if the user is going to enter that age as something 34, so you are the above 30 years old. Okay, now let me define that one more statement and give me that answer. So suppose if I define that, sorry, you don't qualify it. If the above is 30, you are not qualified. You are not qualified. Okay, this one which would like to say that. Suppose if the user enters that 24, what's going to happen that? If the age is 24, what's going to happen that? Good. Good. Yeah, we don't get that any output. Because here we have defined this only one condition. And what are the prints we are defining that? All these prints are belong to this condition, right? No output. But if the user enters the age as something 40, then how many print statements we are expecting? One or two? Yes, two statements. You are above 30 years old. Sorry, you are not qualified. Are you clear about this? But if I move this one to this line, then if the user is going to enter the 40, then only one line, right? We know that's the statement. Indentation is the important key role. Okay, now let me move to this else block defined for this. Else the print of it, you are so this is coming to the 30 years or younger. Okay, now this is a statement, and if I execute this statement, and if the user age is something 40, and how many prints we are expecting? 2 or 1? Karthik, why it is 1? It should be 2, right? So we are entering the age as 40 is nothing, but it comes to this statement, and it is true. And these two statements which will be executed. But if the user enters the 30, what's going to happen there? So else block the one print which is going to give in that output. Yes, you are 30 years or younger. And yes, can we define this multiple statements for this block? Yes, we can define that. Congrats, you are qualified. Are you qualified? Even if you enter the 30 also, yeah, we'll get it. But this is you are qualified for so and so exam or something. Age limitation. This is the age limitation condition, right? But we need to handle that for 30 also. How do we define this now? So now we need to have the 3 conditions. Like the client is asking that, was age condition you have implemented good, but we need to have that greater than 30 or equals 30 or less than 30. Then how do you implement that? We need to define elif, right? Else if block. Then again that the condition user is equal to 30. Then what do you want to do that? Yeah, you are exactly 30 years old. Are you clear these points? So if the age is 30, then how many print statements? The only one print statement. Or if the user is going to enter that something 24, yeah, 23 or whatever it is. You are 30 years or younger, congrats, you qualify for it. So like this, which we can apply this taking on the inputs, taking those inputs from the user, and then applying or implementing the block of the statements. So this is the if else block statement. From the user input, we are taking that and we are doing the some activities. Okay, let me give that one more scenario and let me know that what is the output that we are going to have it that. Are you clear? Are you following this? So there are like a different examples we are understanding. Okay, so let's talk at this next one more. Let me define this first one statement and let me know that's what is the answer we are going to get it. So input, we are going to enter that. Do you know the secret password? Anyway, that is going to return the string and we are going to verify with the strings now. So string conditions, what we are trying to understand. So how do we implement it? If password, let me define that, is not equal to the secret. The print of it, not correct. And let's go for that in case else block. Just try to understand the syntaxes also, the how we are defining this. So if you do that, the more exercises, then you will get that more confidence. Okay, now let me run this program and I'll try to enter some text and give me that answer. Is it correct password or not? I mean, not correct. So what is the output that we are going to have that? Yeah, do you know the secret password? Suppose if I entered that something IDK, then what is that output we are going to have it? If I enter the string as IDK, IDK in the sense, I don't know. Okay. That is, if I enter that, what's going to happen that? Is it else statement or is it a true statement? I mean, is it not correct or correct? Which one is that? C or NC? Just type that in the chat window. NC or C? NC for not correct, C for correct. NC, NC, NC. Okay, good, good. Yeah, so what about the string we are entering that it is coming to here? So IDK is not equal to secret. Is it true or false? So this is going to become the true, right? As we're understanding the yesterday conditions, this is going to become the true. And if this is the true, and it is going to say that not correct. What's happening? Yes. So not correct. Suppose if I enter that the secret. Is it C or NC? Yeah, so that is a correct password. Suppose if I enter that something, what is it? What is like output we are going to have it now? Is it NC or SC? Yeah, that is NC. So this is string. I mean, this is the small letters, and but here I have given that caps letters. Both are not the same. So if the both are not the same, it is become that here we have used not equal. That is, remember that here we didn't use it that equals. That is the main point. So that is just like observation. So how you are thinking about that on the statement, that is Like suppose normally we can, I mean, this is the best approach. So this is a clear cut we can understand, right? If this is matched, it comes to here, correct password, else not correct. But yes, I have defined like this is also correct. This is also correct, but ulta approach. Yes, if this is, I mean, not matched, then it is going to execute this statement. But in all the context, answer is the same. Are you clear these points? Do you want examples or, I mean, is it fine? So, do you want to test more? Okay, let me talk it as like a multiple condition. So multiple condition based joining. Let me, okay. So now I got it, we understood. And I got it. Some more, please. Okay, fine. One more, please. Okay. Now I'll ask you the some scenario and give me the answer. So I'm going to, yes, like, yeah, so asking that user is, and the one more point, user country also. So there are the two inputs I'm going to take it, but this is anyway, the string format. So what is your country? So two inputs were taken from the user. Now this is the like multiple condition based statements. Suppose if the user age is 18 and if he is belong to that country, India, then he is eligible for voting or whatever it is. Normally 18 years is which we have this, right? That age condition. Can you write that, the statement for it? Age should be 18 or equals to, yeah, greater than or equals to 18, and country should be India. Then he is eligible or he is not eligible. Then how do we define the condition? If the user age, okay, good, is greater than or equal to 18, and yes, here that like a joining of the condition and which we need to use it, and user, the country is equal to India. If this is true, you are eligible. Else block, not qualified. So here that the main what we are trying to understand is joining the conditions. Yeah, let's run it and we'll see that. And let me try to give that. Suppose if I enter that 12. So what is this output we are going to have it? Okay. NQ, NQ. Yeah, obviously that is not qualified. So because here age is less than the 12 which were defined that. And if you enter this, okay, so let me talk it. Age is something 20. And he is belong to that something India. So now what we are going to have with that? NQ, or is it like you are eligible? Yeah, that is not qualified here. That is not matched with the case letter. Then how do you define this one? So it has to be matched with case letters also. Then how do you handle that? Suppose maybe user can enter that dot, I mean the India in the point of yes, caps letters or small letters or yes, this camel case letters. But how do you handle this situation? Can you give me that answer now? Okay. Okay. How many RC are you going to define that? So we need to write like this, or or like this you are going to write it. Instead of that, the R which we can write it. Okay, this is valid, fine. But is it the good approach? Yeah, we will get that output, no doubt at all. But maybe user is going to enter that like uh, suppose okay, you have defined like this all the scenarios, and if the user is going to enter that age is something okay 20, then what's going to happen that? Is it qualified, not qualified? Then again, you are going to write it here. This case, one more condition you are going to joining that. Yes, any other solution? Yes, it is not good approach. Then what is that approach? If we define the list and delete user country, okay, then it's better. Good. What you are asking there? What you are saying this list? List. If you define that, okay, you can do that. But is there any other mechanism? Suppose on this the string, can we apply that upper something? Whatever he is going to enter that, we can apply to that upper or lower case. Then can we define like this instead of having all these stuff? Yes or no? So age is 20. Country is if I enter that India. Yes, you are eligible. Or if I run that age is 20 and IN decaps IA. Doesn't matter that, right? Yes, if you entered anything, it will be converted to the uppercase. We'll check it with uppercase. In all the cases, it is going to work it, right? Yes or no? Is it simple approach or like thinking that the least or thinking about like joining that multiple R bases? Which one is good? Are you clear about this point? Yeah, simplify the program. That is important. So everyone, yes, if we try it, we'll get that output, no issues. But whenever you are writing the program, think about that all the possible cases and which one is always think it that the minimizing the number of lines. So if you're writing the program, minimizing the number of lines, that is the first priority. Second priority is, so whenever you are defining like this condition-based statements, we have that the for loop also will come back. Yes, we can use it in the for loop also. Verifying that, defining that all the countries in the least possible, but that is, how many? So if you just think of that small case, you can enter it, caps letters, you can enter it, or mixed, you can enter it, but all are you are going to enter into the list and handling that, that is not good approach. Maybe you will get it, definitely. Is it clear? Is it amazing? Okay, let me give that one more example. Yeah, these examples, like multiple scenarios, just try to practice it. It's just knowing the concept and okay, I know the concept is not the point. So different scenarios, if you more practice it, that will be helpful. Suppose, let me go, I'm going to define that one more joining condition. And let me know that what is the answer it is going to getting that. Let me define, yes, user age and country, I need both. Lawyer also you can use it, no issues. Lawyer also you can use it. Here you can convert into the lawyer and you need to define that lawyer case here. That is also fine. Okay, so again, I'm going to take it that the age and the country from the user. But here that the condition, let me define that. So think it of it that, so what is the sequence that is going to, what is the priority of logical operators? That is one more point which we should know it, priority. Let me give this in this way, not user age is, yeah, okay, good. Not user age, sorry, user age, not that country. Let me define the country cases. India and user age is less than 25 or user country is equal to something like, I'm going to define that one more country, okay, Sri Lanka, as to understand multiple conditional statements, and user age is less than something. So this is 25 and okay, the Sri Lanka is having that 23 age. If the Sri Lanka country, he belongs to that. Okay. So this is the condition which we have that. Now, If this condition is true, okay, so he is qualified, or else he is not qualified. If the okay, I mean, you need to think about the condition which I have implemented and give me that answer on the basis of that. Not qualified, NQ. Okay, this is the statement, the which we have that. Suppose if I enter that's values, let me go ahead. So I'm going to enter that age, something 24, and country is USA. So what we are going to have it that? Sorry, here that print. So what is the condition are you going to have this? NQ. I got that one answer as NQ and one answer as a qualified. NQ qualified. Q qualified. NQ. So different answers I got it. Okay, let's check it. So the 24. Age is the 24 and USA. So user country is equal to India. No. But no is going to verify this with a not. Which one is going to have the priority? Yes, not of this is the false, right? Then it is going to become that. What is it is going to become that? This is going to become the true. Okay. And user age is 24. Okay. This is also true. True and true. What's going to happen that? True. And here we have this or condition. Or this one. So what's going to happen that? Is it true or false? True or true? True. But here and user age is less than 23. What's going to happen that here? User age we have given the 24. This is the false. This side it is a true and this side it is a false. What's going to happen that finally? False. False is nothing but what is that answer? Okay, actually before print the typo, right? So let me rerun it with the same condition. So age is 24, country is USA. But we got it the qualified. Why it is got that qualified? True or true? What is that like a true or true? How that would be? So here, one important point what we need to understand is in the logical these operators, the priority is very important. So what is the first priority we have is not is going to have the first priority. And the second priority is and the third priority is or. So if you have this kind of the statement, so whenever that like, I mean, interpreter wise, if I'd like to think it, yes, you need to remember these points. So what are these points? The first it is going to give the priority to that not user country. Okay, so this is actually returning that false, right? False, it is going to become the true. Yes, here it is the true. Next, true, and this one is also the true. Okay, so this entire statement, it is going to become the true. So this is the first operation. Then next it is coming to that AND operation here. So here it is AND operation. Okay, user age is less than 23. So this is the false. And country is equal to Sri Lanka. No. So this is entirely the false. So this side the true and this side we got it the false. True or false, what's going to happen that? True or false, what's going to happen that? That is true. That's why we got it qualified. Is it clear? This is very, very important. So between these three words, or and not, if you define that in the single expression or single statement, which one is going to give the priority is? First priority it is going to give that to the not. Then it is going to give the priority to the and the left side and right side. Then or, left side and right side. This is the third priority is going to give that. This is very, very important. And in interviews, whenever they are going to ask that, they give like this and give me that the answer. You know everything, but the priority of that is logical operator remaining less than greater than okay. So this is this condition verification. There we don't have any confusion. But if you have this and here or here and here one more and. Are you clear that? The importance of these the priorities. How this would be the example, set the scenario. Suppose let me run it. We need some more critical example. What is that critical? Suppose let's target that age is something 22 and India. Now let me give that what is the answer. Age is 22 and India. Yeah, only one answer I got it. But what about others? Okay. But if you have this lengthy statement, then simplifying about it, you can use it. Yeah, this is also valid. You can split into that 2 lines. But use it, the backward slash. Then you can easily use this format. Now it is easy now, right? So user country equal to India, that is okay, the true. True, not to true. This is going to become the false. False under whatever that, it is going to become the false. Then it is coming to the here. So user country, Sri Lanka, this is a false. False and anything, that is a false. Here the false and here the false. Finally, the false. That is not qualified. Are you clear about these points? I understood now this example. But if you would like to handle this kind of the scenario, then recommended approaches is use the, but if you are going to understand, I mean, if you're going to write that any written test or if you're going to participate any exams, they give that exam. I mean, they give that examples like this. But in the real time, whenever we are writing the program, use the parenthesis that is recommended. Yes, this is one country we are verifying that. So that's okay. I mean, he is belong to that country or not, and his age. So we are verifying that. So just to use it, the parenthesis. And this is for another country we are using that. Then it will be more clarity, right? So first within this parenthesis, it is going to executing that. And next it is going to execute within this parenthesis. And on the base of this result and this result, then it is going to combine the condition with OR. So use the parenthesis. Whenever you have that this kind of joining condition based statements, define with a parenthesis. Then it will be the easy whenever you are analyzing the program. But in like if you're going to face the interviews or if you're going to write the exams, but in the exams, they don't give that parenthesis and they give like the statements. And yes, where you need to give that answers for it. But whenever you have like that, then think it about it. Not is the first priority, then under priority, then R priority. So this is the main concept of finally. Are you clear these points? Is it amazing? One more example. One more. But you were asking that the before the more enough, but now you are asking that more and more. Then think it, I mean, so that's like, but my main concept here it is, so like the defining this, the priority based, the examples. Yeah, so the before, I mean, the priority based here, understanding that, but you can just the work with that like different example, then you will get it, but understand this concept. Yeah, that's why I would like to add this example here. Okay, so there are some the points on that like a real-time point of view. Yes, I'll share this file so that use it different possible option, change it. So here R to and unto R. So try to change it and go ahead with this, the working with the examples. Let me talk it that one more the interview the recently which we one of the student got it, which belong to the list we can say that our string we can say that. Let me talk it one more example, but this is not exactly the if condition. Are you okay to continue that example? Do you want to take that example, interview point, interview question? Yeah, these are all the interview questions. Otherwise, I can conclude it. Why do I need to go for these examples? If else condition already I discussed here. Nested if else already this example which we discussed. But what is the need like to go for this examples? Yes, more thinking, more analyzation. If you do that, that will be more helpful. Okay, let me talk at that. Suppose we have these two numbers, the which that the user is going to enter. This is an interview question. Enter the first number. Okay. And the second, this is also the input from the user. Enter second number. So there are the two numbers which are going to take it from the user. So print of that. What is that here? Before swapping. Before swapping, what is the value? First comma, second. Now that, yeah, so now let me run this program and let's observe that output. So the suppose first number, if I enter the 10, second number is 20. Yes, now first number is 10, second number is 20. We are trying to print it. Okay, that is good. But we need to swap it 20 assigning to the first number and 10 assigning to the second number. Yeah, you need to swap the values. That means if I try to print it after swapping, first number value should be 20, second number value should be 10. It should be swap the values. How do you do that? Just take that, the 1 minute of the time and give me that answer. But don't look into that Google. So think it about your logically. Your logical sense is important. Normally, how do you swap that, the number values? Without looking the Google, give me the answer. If you search for the Google and if you give it, then there is no usage. Give work to about your brain. Simple. This is the interview question. No, you should not ask the questions to the interviewer. Give me that answer. Are you going to ask this interviewer, do we have any reverse the operation that we can use it? No, I'm not sure. You are the solution provider. Think it and give me that answer. Okay, I got that one answer saying that temp equal to 10. Trying to copy. Okay, he has given that answer. Temp equal to 10, then 10 equal to 20, 20 equal to temp. Okay, any other answers? So his meaning is temp equal to first, right? Here. The first. And then first equal to second. Then second equal to temp. Right? This is about your meaning. Okay, good. Any other answers? Okay, yes. I mean, this is one approach which we can do that. Yes, let me uncomment this. Yeah, temp equal to first. The first value we are going to take it into the temporary variable. Then first the value we are going, I mean, to the first variable, we are going to assign that second variable value. And to the second variable, we are assigning that's temporary value which are taken from the first number. Why do we need to do these things? Okay, suppose, let me comment one. Suppose if I do like this, first equal to second, and the second equal to first. What's going to happen that here? This is after swapping. After swapping, what is the first value? What is second value? Can you give me that now? Answers at least this one. If you do like this, first variable you are assigning the second value, second equal to first. So what's going to have that the values? Is it swapped? Is it swapped now? Yes or no? Type that Y or N. Okay, let's run this program. The first number I'm going to enter the 10 and second number 20. Before swapping, that is 1020, but after swapping, there is 2020. So what's happened that? Yes, now actually, so first it is I have the 10 value, but after assigning the second is I have the 20, right? Now first is going to have the value as a 20. And second equal to first is nothing but. So the first now the 20 value, which will be assigned again back to the second. That means 2020. It is not swapped. So to handle that, as per his, I hope so Sai has given that. Yes, temporary variable we can take it. First value assigned to this variable. Then to the second, assign the temporary value. Yes or no? Now what's going to happen? Yeah, temporary variable is going to assign with the 10. And first value is going to assign with the 20. Second variable is going to assign with the 10. That is swap. Enter the number, yes, first 10, second 20. Yes, before swapping 10 and 20, or after swapping 20 and 10. Yes, now we are good. It is swapped. But interviewer expectation is don't use this temporary variable. Without using the temporary variable, can you do the swapping? Yes, normally the business logic, this is correct. No doubt at all. We will get that answer. But now the interviewer was asking that don't use this temporary variable. Without using temporary variable, can you swap it that? Yeah, in the normal program, you can use it this approach. Yes, this is the valid. But in the Python, so we have this like the direct statement which we can use it. I'm going to remove these lines. Okay, instead of using, this is one approach, no doubt at all. But Python is having that very good approach for the swapping. Just to use it like this. First, comma, second is equal to second, comma, first. It will be swapped. So first value, what is the value? It is going to assign that second, and second is going to assign that with the first value. You don't need to use it like this. 3 lines of the statements. With 1 line of the statement, you can conclude that. Now if I run this program, first number equal to 10, second number equal to 20. Then before swapping, that is 10 and 20, and after swapping, that is 20 and 10. Is it swapped or not? Yes or no? So before 3 lines, but now it is with a 1 line. This approach. Now you can take it with the comma separation. This is one variable, this is another variable. Equals. Then which value do you want to assign to the first? Second variable value I would like to assign to the first, and first variable value I would like to assign to the second. So the sequence you need to follow that. Suppose if I assign like this, first comma first, what's going to happen that? What's going to happen that? First value, what is that? A 10. 10 it is going to assign to the first. And here also the 10. 10 is going to assign to the second also. So the order is very, very important. Have understood this example? Suppose if I enter that something 200 and 400. Yes, first 200 and 400, after swapping 400 and 200. Is it clear? So this statement they were expecting in interview. Let me give that one more quickly example. Are you okay with that? To give that one more example on the list. This is on the strings we are understanding that are not strings like, yeah, the strings itself. But even that you can apply this on the list also. Swapping that items within the list. Do you want that or is it, I mean, I have understood this concept. Have understood this concept? One example on list. Okay, good. No issues. Let me go ahead. Yes. Okay, so let me define that. The list is something. Let me take the top cities which we have that. Uh, Mumbai, and Bangalore, Chennai, then what else? Delhi. Finally, Hyderabad. Okay, so this is the list which we have that. So this is the list which we have that. No, actually, the Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, these all belong to that south, and Mumbai and Delhi, these are all yes, somewhat north. Okay. Now the Mumbai I need to bring into the last, and Hyderabad I need to bring into the first. That means I need to swap it as a sequence like South India, all that cities I would like to defend the first, then North India. But Mumbai has come to here and Hyderabad come to here. But you need to swap it, these two positions. How do you do this now? If I try to print this, offset is, yes, this is going to printing, but you need to swap it. How do you swap it? Can you give me this now example? Think it about the above example and give me the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can I give me that exact syntax? I need that with the list mapping, list swapping. If I write it 1, 2, 3, 4 equal to 4, 3, 2, 1, no, it throws exception, right? So now 10:44, I'm going to wait up to the 10:45. So give me that answer. -5 colon -1. Okay. So you are saying about it. Top set is slicing concept -5. -5 in the sense that is a Hyderabad. Okay. And you are saying that -1. So is it going to work with that? No, we don't see there's any output. Okay, let me try to print this. But what's happened? That Hyderabad is gone. So this is wrong. Anyone else? Already 10:46. Okay, so let's move to that. Simple. So why, why you are thinking that too much on this? Top cities of which one? Mumbai, that is 0th position, comma, top cities of Hyderabad, which position, what is the index number? The 4 is equal to top cities. Where do you want to shift that Mumbai to? Hyderabad. Here I would like to shift to the 4 and top cities. So here what I would like to assign that 0. Yes or no? Is it done? Yes, now it has come to the Hyderabad, Hyderabad to Mumbai, Mumbai to Hyderabad. Exchanged. Is it clear? Wonderful, right? So if you allow the program, we can enjoy the program. But do some practice, that will be helpful. Is it interesting? Type that. So how do you feel about it? Good, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very interesting, interesting, very much interesting. Yeah. Yeah, these are all like some important interview points. So last two, whatever I discussed, yes, the priority of the logical operators, especially not and or. You should keep this in mind. But best recommended approaches is use the parenthesis about the statements. Yes, first it has to be executed. Second, this one has to be executed because this is Sri Lanka and that Sri Lankans, the age we are verifying that they should be in one parenthesis. And here, not India and user age. Yes, it should be into that another the braces and then combine with or. So this is more representation, but in that like exams, they don't use that parenthesis and they give that the statement like big, then they'll ask you that, give me that. So is it going to execute that if block or else block? Simple. Good. So that's all from my side for today. So any queries, questions, please let me know. Tomorrow we'll start about that on the for loop and while loops. Yes, any queries, questions? For loops and then functions we have, and then exception handling. Yeah, there are all the concepts. Then we go for that. Oops, concepts, yes, I will give later in the advanced section. So later section, but in the foundations, let's have it all these examples the first, but I will add it to those things also later. Okay, so that's all from my side. So I'm going to wind up for today. So practice all these things. So today finally only one file. So I'll share it to this file and just do the practice on nested if else blocks and as well as joining that conditional based statements. There are the two main things today we understand that. And one more concept, that is swapping. How the Python is helping easily to swap that. That is a beauty. You don't see this kind of the statements in the other programming language. So you need to use it normal 3-line statements for the swapping, but Python, that is a beauty of it. Yeah, good. Thank you all. So enjoy the programming and more practice it.